What's up, everyone? Welcome back to part 5 of Meet the Coaches. We have the coach here himself, Jerry DeVille.
Yeah, I actually wore my coach's jacket today.
You're looking very coachly.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
If I had a whistle, I'd love it.
Yeah. Sorry, that's the best I can do. Hey, no.
Sorry.
So hey, a lot of you guys know Jerry, know his family, so we're gonna get past all of the formal introduction stuff.
Yep.
But Jerry, I wanted you to share with them because I love this story. It's what you encouraged me with this when we first started the group stuff. But how did you get started in this whole groups thing? Just tell us that story, man.
Okay. So I had just become a follower of Jesus and really did not know my Bible at all, to be real honest with you. And my wife was a nurse at Cozair, and she was taking care of a young girl named Lauren, and got really close with her family, and they were Southeast people. And her dad, Greg, I met her dad, Greg, and he just, after meeting me a time or two, said, hey, you would be a great college ministry leader. And I thought, I don't know what that means. So what does that mean? And so he said, have you ever thought about leading a small group? And I said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't know my Bible. That's terrifying to me. And I kept saying no.
It's hard to picture that today.
I kept saying no, but I kept showing up at all the meetings. And before I knew it, I had agreed to lead a group. But I had recruited someone that knew more about the Bible than I did. I called him the Bible Answer Man. And I still remember it was at a Starbucks on Shelbyville Road. We showed up to pray around the perimeter of the Starbucks. And I remember thinking, I'm glad we're doing this, but I'm not going to be here when this group starts because I'm not doing this. I kept saying no, and then I met the college students in my group for the first time, and I thought, okay, I have to do this. And guys, I cannot stress you enough, I didn't know what I didn't know. That's how bad it was. But through that process, God, this is where I really started to learn about what my spiritual gifts are in terms of teaching and just connecting people. And we just started meeting on, I think it was Thursday nights at the Starbucks, and the group started off like 10 people, but it kept growing and growing and growing, and it was because we were developing community there, and they were growing, and some of them were being baptized, 2 of them got married, and it was a really cool time for me and Casey. I just texted one of these guys this last week and wished him happy birthday.
Oh man,
he's married now, he's got kids. Awesome. But what I would encourage you with is, don't make the mistake I did. It's not really about how much you know, it's about how much you care about people. And it's really helping them get connected to one another. And it's what we talk about as a church, just creating an environment where they can show up and be who they are. And if you get to study something along the way, that's awesome. But really just sharing life with people. And one of my favorite memories, and this is hard to do when you're married and you have kids and you have a job, but we would stay after and stay on the parking lot and talk to like 11:30. But they just kept asking questions, and I didn't know the answers, but we kept talking. So, I don't know, I love group ministry. I love home group ministry. My kids the other day were saying, Daddy, when are we going to do a group in our home?
That's a great question. You know when that date is?
I'm working on it. I'm busy.
You've got a full calendar. It's all good, man. So, 2 things you said I love was praying for people, and then just the questions that they ask, and kind of helping them just figure out, discover who they are. What role did prayer kind of play in kicking that off?
Well, we showed up at the Starbucks, and we literally prayed around the perimeter and just prayed that God would protect it, that God would bless it. And at the time, I thought it was kind of weird, to be real honest with you. It was me and Greg and Matt, the guy that was leading with me. But in looking back, and I think about how it was Greg's faith in God and Greg's faith even in me, the faith that I didn't, and abilities that I didn't know I had, didn't believe I had. But then prayer was always a part of meeting. And every night before we walked out, we would pray together. And then it got to the point where we were praying for one another individually and taking care of one another. And so, and that doesn't have to be like this rocket science thing. It's prayer. It's praying, talking to God on behalf of somebody else. And so it was really important, but it wasn't this big, elaborate, planned out thing. It just
say we pray. Now, I love that. Yeah. That's something you all can take with your groups. And actually, you guys had a challenge.
You know what? Let's pray right now.
You guys had a challenge within the last couple of weeks. You see, I didn't miss a beat. I was like, all right, Derek's going to pray, because that's just part of your life, who you are. All right, Timo, get up here. But the prayer piece, take that, and you can just walk around your neighborhood, pray for the people, the houses. That was one of your challenges over the last couple of weeks. Jerry's a coach, so what is some of the stuff that you get passionate about, you get fired up about, just helping other leaders?
I think I really enjoy helping people understand it's what Greg did for me. It's understanding the disciple-making process.
Yeah.
And Jesus doesn't just call us to follow him, but to follow him and fish for men and to multiply our lives. And that's what Greg did for me. That's what I was able to do by God's grace with the Bible Answer Man and in the lives of these college students.
Yeah.
And I just like helping people see their potential, the way Greg did for me, but then helping them understand Jesus calls us to grow,
right.
And he calls us to go. And that's just a cycle over and over and over again. In fact, coming up this weekend...
And before you get there,
go ahead. Sorry.
Dude, I'm an example. I'm an example of that because dude, everything you just described, I'm sitting here thinking, oh, Jerry, that's what you did for me. You call out my potential. You helped me develop as a person, as a man, as a pastor. And you just said, like you helped me grow as a follower of Jesus and you multiplied yourself into me. So anything you don't like about me, Jerry DeVille, out here.
It's not his parents' problem.
Yeah, that's right. Dude, thank you for that. So go ahead, this weekend, starting this weekend.
This weekend, we've got 2 classes that are starting. In fact, we're in one of our new rooms right now.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, just kind of pan the iPad around. This is a new room that we've got here at the Indiana campus. It used to be a closet, but it's right above the first step room. It's room 214. We're going to call it the attic.
Yes.
And this is where this space is a training space. It's for new people to get connected.
Yep.
And we're going to be, the room's not done yet, but Adam and I will be in here at 11 o'clock this week, kicking off a class called All In. And if I'm guessing on the other side of this video, you have heard us talk about the 4 cheers, the 4 challenges of Jesus.
Yep.
Now, this is a class, we've taught the 4 cheers before, but we've never taught it like this. Each week, we're going to focus in on a new chair, a different invitation and a challenge that Jesus makes. In fact, the first week it's me, the second week it's Eddie, the third week it's
me,
and the fourth week it's Erica. And so this is a team thing because we believe that this is the way Jesus made disciples. And so please get that information out to your groups.
It's all in the email below.
Yes, down here.
Just scroll down.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
But pass that on to people. We have another group that's starting the first hour at 9:30. It's called A Praying Life.
Yeah.
And a very good friend and mentor of mine, Rocky Zinzer, is leading that. And Adam and I have been to this A Praying Life training seminar. And can I just tell you, nobody's ever taught me how to pray. And everything that I learned at this seminar, it was things that I already knew, but there was so much freedom in how to pray. And just really simple things. There's some tools, some really good tools that you're going to learn how to use with prayer that at first I thought, this is dumb. I have used those tools, and I've been able to track some very specific things that God is doing based on some of these tools and prayer cards that we use. So you are invited to attend any of those that you want. They start this Sunday, October the 20th. Whatever this is, October 23rd.
Yep.
Praying Life is at 9:30 in room 225, just down the hall. All is in this room at 11 o'clock, the attic, room 214.
Right here.
And we hope to see you guys there. So
those are great next steps for you as leaders to help you develop. It's great next steps for some people in your groups to help them develop. And then also, you guys might be asking, hey, we're ending this series within a week or 2 to 6 weeks. What we want is this whole love your neighbor thing to become like a natural lifestyle. Now, Jesus commanded it, so we want it to be part of who we are. So what we want to encourage you to do is just because the series ends doesn't mean you have to stop meeting. In fact, we'd love for you to plan toward maybe a Halloween party, or if you guys want to do something else in your neighborhood. We just did a movie night this past Friday night. We've got a big inflatable screen and projector, the whole system, and we can help figure that out, help you guys figure that out for your neighborhood.
I heard a funny story about this.
It's probably true. I was driving with the case and all the stuff loaded up in the back of my dad's car. My problems are still his problems as my dad. So Jerry, your kids won't age out of this.
Good.
But the case maybe hit the back windshield, and the back windshield maybe shattered. But my dad, being the dad that he is, he's awesome. He said, "Son, I bet you learned from that. I bet you won't ever do that again." And I said, "You're absolutely right."
Yes, sir. Man, I need more of that.
Yes, sir. I've got it. Yeah, he would have done that 10 years ago. He's grown a lot. So anyway, all that to say, there's tons of stuff coming up for you to continue to grow personally, for your groups to grow, and some ways for you guys to engage. So take advantage of that. Last thing, circle the date on your calendar, November 20th. Right here in this room, we're going to have a Love Who You Are celebration. of everything going on out in neighborhoods and in the community. Just sharing some stories and some encouragement, some training, that type of thing. But November 20th, save the date. More info coming soon. That's it. See you guys.